Do you all remember that moment in Mad Men where Betty Draper is like so thrilled that it's summer and she bought herself that cute yellow bikini and she comes down and she's like, Don, look at this cute bikini I bought. Isn't it cute? And he basically calls her a whore for wanting to wear such a beautiful ass bikini. I do. I remember that moment. I remember it a lot. And I want to like freeze that in your mind. And I want you to think about her reaction to it and her saying, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And covering her body up and feeling like ashamed to be this person that wanted to wear this bikini when actually she was gorgeous. And Don's insecurity was that his wife was going to get taken because he's a womanizer and he's fucking every broad he can find. And he's like, my beautiful ass Betty is going to turn out in the same way if she wears such a hot bikini to the pool with the kids. So I'm going to cut her down. I'm going to make her feel less than. I'm going to make her feel like a whore because I can't trust men like myself not to try to fuck her while she's at the pool with my kids. Okay. Now, imagine if Don was your father and you were a teenage girl and you wore that bikini and he called you a whore. How would you feel? Pause and think about that. How would you feel? I would feel angry. I would feel ashamed. And I would feel like my dad knew best, so I needed to default to him and get a one piece, because that way men wouldn't try to stick their penis at me in the pool. But that's not true. It kind of doesn't matter what you wear if you're a lady. Men are going to be angling, because men be angling. But that moment with Dawn and Betty, that's what it's like growing up with a narcissistic parent. Okay, any time that you try to express yourself and be genuine, there's always going to be fault with it. They're always going to cut you down, and they're always going to, cut you down, tell you that you can't do the things that you want to do, you can't be the person that you want to be, because there's always going to be fault with it. Because either two things are happening. They're afraid that you are going to eclipse them with how cool and beautiful and awesome you are, or someone's going to find you and take you away from the situation, and they won't be able to keep you anymore. Now, if you grow up in a place where that's the narrative, though, your dad is always telling you that you can't wear things, your mom is always telling you you're not allowed to express yourself, they're always telling you that your identity is wrong and the things that you like are wrong and the person that you are is wrong, what do you think is going to happen? When you grow up, you're going to feel shame continuously about the person that you naturally are. And that is a gut feeling, okay? That's your solar plexus, dude. That's your sacral chakra, dude. And anytime you get this inkling that you should follow a path, you should allow yourself to have cake, you should allow yourself to go to the pool, you should allow yourself to buy your fucking those jeans that you want, you're gonna say no. You're gonna deny that instinctual desire, because shame, which is a demon, and it's a demon of the solar plexus, and you can learn all about it in my book, Chakra Healing for Your Inner Child, that will end up controlling your entire life. So what we need to do as adults is learn to reprogram that shame. The first thing we have to do is figure out where it came from. So if there's something that you're continuously experiencing shame about, like maybe it's your body. For me, it was my body for a really long time. I once had my grandmother walk up to me after a long day when I'd taken my bra off, and she could see my nipples through my shirt, and she said, "You did not wear a bra to school today, did you?" And I was like, "Nah, man, like I wore a bra to school. I'm 15 years old." And she was like, "Well, that's good, because we don't let our nipples show in this household," which is insane, bro. Do you know how much baggage I had over my nipples because of that conversation? Like, so much. That conversation alone made me feel so insane that for a very long time, I wore big button-up shirts over my shirts So that when I walked around, for example, for the almost 6 years I worked at the art museum, the men who predominantly existed on the guard team couldn't see my nipples because I didn't wear a bra. And I was ashamed at the mere fact that I was cold very often and that you could see my nipples. And now what did I have to do as an adult? I had to go, why am I feeling so weird about having nipples? And I track it back to that conversation and I say, okay, what can I do to take my power back? What can I do? What can I do? Slowly change the narrative for myself and encourage myself and know that it's human to have nipples and they just are what they are, and that if somebody has a problem with it, it's their problem. It's not your problem. A lot of the problems that we have are somebody else's problem. We got to figure that out. So, chakra healing for your inner child. Buy it today. It's on Amazon.com. Use it. Explore your shit. Figure it out. If you can figure out why and where your chakra imbalances came from, you can use things like spiritual coaching and Reiki to help reorient yourself so that you can get out fucking trapped out of this goddamn hellscape we call capitalism. Anyways, I'm your authenticity witch and I'll be here when you're ready. Goodbye.